I'm Dan Cyan.
And I'm Jake Flillo.
Podcast.
Down to intro music.
I like the intro.
That was good.
How much do we pay for that?
We paid precisely nothing.
That's nice. News.
Snooze news.
New news.
Microsoft has been paying YouTubers to say nice things.
Like who? I heard that, but I haven't seen anyone say anything nice about YouTube yet.
YouTube,
No,
Microsoft, Xbox,
you know what I mean.
all that.
I've never seen any YouTuber say anything nice for Microsoft at all.
I have.
Who? Who have they paid? I want to
People
know.
on Machinima.
Oh, I don't watch Machinima.
Apparently, it's between Machinima and the people, and that's the only thing that's been confirmed. But then you think Microsoft surely must have some part in that. Machinima's not just going to go, yeah, you have to say nice things about Xbox One. No.
Or else.
There's
or
no-
else we'll take away your quickscoping abilities.
I think it's a shame that they're not giving us any money.
I like money.
And we have nice things to say. You hear
I
that,
like
Microsoft?
the Xbox. I like the Xbox.
Oh, we haven't said what footage we're using.
Oh yeah.
Lego Marvel, Iron Man, duh,
Is it just Iron Man?
Iron Man. That's the only thing there is to care about.
Yeah, there's Iron Man in it. I was playing that earlier.
Was you?
I can't play for long periods of time, which annoys me because I want to complete it, but I just can't.
Guess who's completed it twice? Jake!
Losers that need a life have completed it twice.
Jake's completed it. Yeah.
Wow.
In other news, King.com have been poop. They've been doing poops all over indie game developers.
Care to expand?
Well, they've trademarked, keyword trademarked, not copyrighted, because I've heard a lot of people say they've copyrighted it, but copyright is that you can just put a little C next to your thing, and that has a legal standing, that someone can't use that entire phrase. So no one can use Candy Crush Saga, or the new one, Farm Hero Saga. But they've trademarked, which means that if someone trademarked a word, candy, and they're trying to trademark Saga, because a lot of their games have Saga, and they think, oh, people are gonna get confused between games that have candy in the name. And this has sparked something really awesome, that there's loads of indie game developers who are creating games that are called things like Candy, 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 Candy.
I haven't seen any of that either. I think I've been living under a rock this week.
But I have a massive gripe with this. They're going after the Banner Saga, a game about Vikings. Vikings who do not use giant lollipops instead of axes.
Why are they called the Banner Saga?
I don't know. It came
Do
out
they
like
wave banners?
it came out like a week ago.
Woo! We want rights now! Woo!
They don't have the trademark for Saga yet, but they're still going after people already because they filed for it. So
that's very presumptuous of them.
yeah, like they think they're gonna. Well, they got the word candy, so who knows?
Candy! That's a good song.
I am now
Aggros.
ashamed to say that I play Candy Crush and Farm Hero Saga.
I've played Candy Crush. I refused to play it. Then someone was on such a high level and was boasting about it. I was like, you wait, I'm going to play it, beat you, and then never play it again. So I beat them, and I've never played it again.
Fair enough.
I think I'm on like 150 something.
I'm on 30 something. I got stuck on like 32 for ages.
It's all luck. It's all luck of what?
It's not even luck, because like, it's determined by the game to make, like, it'll set it up, so at the end of the game, you need like 5 more moves to complete it, and you can see that. You can see that you need only a few more moves and you can complete it, but you need to pay for extra moves. Pay with real money.
Oh, I never paid for more moves. Ever.
No, I mean, neither.
You don't have money to pay for extra moves.
No.
No.
And you have some questions, Dan. Some
Questions! Friday questions! Internet questions that are not lame or gay.
Yet more brilliant music on the Dan and Jake podcast.
From random user on a random website of the internet. That's the only specific I've got here. What was your first username?
It was Teddy Bear 1994.
You're kidding.
No. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember that. It was either Hotmail or something. I can't remember. It was terrible.
I have 2. My first one was Pocket Dragon King. That's because my family set up emails while I was away on a holiday somewhere with other people.
So they chose it for you?
Yeah, they made it for me. Close to collect pocket dragons. They don't make them anymore. Look them up. They're awesome. They're like little China figures.
Okay.
They're worth a lot of money, but I've got loads of them. So they made that, and that stuck with me for a little while because it was just a case of, I'm 8, fuck it, I'll go with it. Except I was 8, so I didn't say fuck it, but I went with it anyway.
Fudge it.
Fudge it. Didn't like fudge either. Then the one I came up with myself was even worse. It was in that teenage phase, and it was just Danster 95. To the point of, I even got a number plate made up that just said Danster on it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's in my room still.
That teenage phase that people tried to deny they went through. Everyone through it.
You're still in it.
I am not still in it. I don't use the word random excessively.
I do.
Really.
Yes.
I haven't picked up on that.
Random.
I'm so random, Dan. Penguins. That was a random word.
Well, I went for a phase of, I wanted to try and fit in, so everything I could fit in. Then I went for a phase of doing, no, I'm going to do everything I can to not fit in. And that's where, like, odd socks came into it. It's just like, I'm going to be abnormal on purpose. Now I'm in the phase of, if I'm abnormal, I'm abnormal. If I'm normal, I'm normal. I'll take it, whatever.
There's always been that massive area that, like, whether there's grunge, emo, scene, whatever, they're trying to be abnormal. They're trying to be in their own group. But then they sort of fit into this extra subgroup where they're like each other. They're trying to be, what's the word?
Like other people.
They're not trying to be like other people, they're trying to be individual. But yet they end up joining this group in order to be individual, which kind of defeats the entire point.
But is it an official group? Is it on Facebook?
I
join it?
I'm pretty sure there's like emo, the 23Xs or something on Facebook.
I don't doubt that. Any more questions? How did you learn about the birds and bees?
How did I... well... the sort of town that I live in is full of those sort of people, I guess. No. I hung around with older kids. I knew how to undo a bra at age 9, one-handed.
And now he can do it no-handed. I've seen him do it. Wait, that sounded really awkward.
That did. I don't know what I would use instead of my hands. I hope you meant mind control.
You were using a sonic screwdriver to be exact. Do you not remember this?
No, I don't.
You literally flicked a sonic screwdriver at a girl's back and undone her bra.
Oh, I do remember that. That was lucky. That was impressive on my part, and I totally meant to.
I was like, 16-year-old me was just like, wow. This guy needs to be my best friend and teach me his mind magic.
And then he learned it was dumb luck, and now he's stuck with me.
Yeah. Fuck.
Fuck, thanks, yeah.
How do I just went in school. That's just how you learn about it. Was stupid kids talking about it in school and working it out. We're both smart people, so I never had sex education lesson until I was in my last year at secondary school. My teacher refused to teach our class the sex education lesson because we were too immature. He refused.
I got my first sort of, you know, those sex ed lessons where they're just like, sometimes when you like the sort of puberty stuff, when you're growing up, you'll get spots and then you get hairs down there. That's the sort of first level of it. I got that in year 6, I think.
What, pubes?
Yeah, I got pubes in year 6. No, we learnt about them in year 6.
We were meant to, but we didn't.
You went to some shit schools, it seems.
Well, my school's now turned into a school for special needs children after I left.
Turned into?
It did.
Did your parents just not tell you?
Most of our people that I went to school with ended up in grammar school, so they were smart.
Fair enough.
Oh, if you were called to be a voice actor in a game, would you? And if so, what game would you most want to appear in? And I'm gonna add on the end of this, what character would you want to be?
Well, I don't know. The second part of the question wouldn't work because I would want to be one of the voice options in Saints Row. You know, like in Saints Row 4, where it said Nolan North, I wanted to say Jake Flello. You can be Jake Flello.
I'd still pick Zombie.
They don't unlock that near the end, though. When you're at the beginning of the game, that's your only option.
I don't know.
That's not your only option, but it's going to be one of the options.
I wouldn't mind be. I don't know. I wouldn't mind being Damon Baird from Gears of War. So not a main character, but not a... Oh, well, he was a main character in Gears of War Judgment, weren't he? So...
I don't know. I haven't played any of them.
Well, I wouldn't mind being one of them. That'd be good. Or Joel in The Last of Us.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that'd be good options, I think. They're the ones I'd pick. But speaking of Gears of War, of course, mentioned, it's rumoured there's going to be another Gears of War game.
Not surprising.
It's called, the rumour is that it's Gears of War Pendulum Wars, I think. It's another prequel on the prequel. And if you've read the books, you'll know all about it. And they've now got Dominic's brother in it, apparently. And if you've read the books, you know what happens. Not many people would have read the books. I think about me and 8 other people.
No, I don't. People don't read video game books because it.
I do.
Not only does it take away the visual aspect of a video game, but it also takes away the involvement aspect, which is the main point of a video game.
I read them because they were a backstory. They were their
backstory.
Yeah, they're not even like the last book is when you first encountered the Locust, the enemies in Gears of War. Because they didn't exist before that, or they did, but they were underground and you'd never heard of them or anything. But yeah, so it was a prequel. Good prequel.
Yeah, I don't really like when, there's a novelization of a movie. I have a book that is the novelization of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was a 1992, I think, movie. It's a novelization of a movie which is based on a novel. I thought it was Dracula. I saw it in a charity shop. I wanted to read it, but no, it's the novelization of the movie of Dracula.
Thrift shopping. Thrift shopping. American
Thrift
word
shopping.
for shopping in charity shops.
Is it? I thought that was like...
No, that's why it's called thrift shop. Cause that's why he's like, shit, I got it for 99 cents. Because he got it from... And he's like, oh, some old dude died in it. Because he got it from a charity store.
Yeah, but why is it called a thrift shop and not a charity shop?
Because over in America, they're thrift shops.
Did they not give it to charity?
I don't know. They give it to thrifts. Thrifts get it. Right. No, we ditch this conversation. Move to Steakhouse.
Money for the thrifts.
If someone to write a biography for you after your death, what should this person include, and what should he or she not include?
Well, firstly, you're going to write it, so I'm not going to get much choice over this. If it ever gets written, it will get written. I'm going to be famous.
You tell me what you want written, and I'll make sure not to write it, and vice versa with what you don't want written.
I want a documented account of each of my poops. When I die, you'll find in my will that I've left my diary of poops to you.
A diarrhea of poop or diaries of poop?
I'm going to rename it now, a diarrhea of poop.
That's
punny.
It is indeed, and it should also be the plural noun for a group of files about poop. Well, in mine, in case I die first, I would like you to put in loads more explosions, loads more awesome lines, one-liners, loads of them, and just cut out the whinging. There's a lot of whinging, just cut over that. No,
I'm going to invent scenes where you have sex with men.
Don't do that.
No, you don't have no choice. You'll be dead. What are you going to do? Haunt me?
I'm going to stab you in your sleep. Simple as.
Going to ghost to stab me. It's just going to go through me.
Bit like those jelly babies, but they're jelly babies.
No, Haribo gummy bears.
Right, so explain the story.
There are sugar-free Haribo gummy bears. You can get them on Amazon.com, which is the American one. I'm not sure.
Is it? Shit, I thought the UK version was the American one.
I'm not sure if you can get them in the UK, but basically, because they're sugar-free, the sweetener in them is... Oh, it's bad. It basically works as a laxative, but it's a very powerful laxative that makes you fire shit out of your ass with such force that you have to hold onto the toilet to stop yourself rocketing to the fucking moon. I want that on a t-shirt.
This is really common in sugar-free sweets and chocolates, though.
I don't think it's that bad, though. I've never had it that bad.
I don't think it's that bad, but a lot of my family eat chocolate and sugar-free chocolate and sugar-free sweets because they're diabetic, so I hear a lot of, don't eat too much of that chocolate, and I'm like, I couldn't eat half a chocolate bar. I'll just, all in there, gone. I'll deal with the consequences later.
And then I think I can see, this is... You know how there was, what's it called? The Cinnamon Challenge. I can see it turning into a viral thing like that, where people are going to film themselves pooping after eating Haribo.
I hope not. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Because I'm not filming you taking a dump, and
but this
you're
is
not
a
filming
call
me
to
taking a
action
dump.
to the internet. That
You heard
need
it
to
here
eat them.
first.
You need to eat them, and then poop, and film it, and put it on the internet.
That's Jake offering to watch it. I'm not going
I'm not going to watch it. Just make sure it happens. Make it viral.
If you could have any animal or person from a video game to be your brother, sister, or pet, what would you have and why? Or who would you have and why?
I think I would have a Pokemon, maybe Squirrel, as my pet.
I'm going to change this. Fuck it. Fuck your question. It's going to be a Pokemon, not Pokemon, an animal and a person if you could have both of them in your life.
Okay, I would have Ash Ketchum as my neighbour. So I would be Gary Oak, the awesome one.
the douche.
The one who...
The douche that catches a
douche whose name-
ratata. A ratata? A rata.
Ratata.
A ratata. The douche that catches one of them. Why would you catch one of them?
It's a good Pokemon to use and then get rid of because it's shit later on.
No, it's not a good Pokemon to use. That's what you get Pidgey for. Or Spearow. Yeah, that's what you get Spearow for.
You don't get Spearow?
Yeah, you do.
Who gets a Spearow?
Me!
Well, there's something wrong with you.
Well, you ditch it later. It's better than getting a ratata.
Why would you ditch a Spearow?
Why wouldn't you? I don't want a Fearow. Get rid of that rubbish.
It does look a bit weird. I don't get why people think that new Pokemon look weird. There's
They
one
look
that's
weird.
literally made of balls, magnets, and eyeballs.
One of them is just a Pokeball with less detail.
It's a Pokeball with a face.
And one of them's a boulder with a face.
And arms. Don't forget the arms.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Golem. Golem? Yeah, Golem I think it's pronounced, but that one.
It's a rock
Yeah.
type, though. It's understandable.
But there's a tortoise. A tortoise. That's what Squirtle is a tortoise. Or a turtle.
It's a turtle. That's why it's called Squirtle. Of course it's a turtle. Why would it be a tortoise?
Well, even they're whinging about the keys. The key Pokemon was crab. Turtle! It's... They're
At
colours
least
it different.
a turtle is an actual living thing.
So you're now arguing that they are making stupid Pokemon now, rather than the good old ones.
They've always made stupid ones.
That was both of our points, and you're still arguing with me.
You said that Squirtle was a weird one.
It is. It's a
It's
turtle.
not a weird
it's just
one.
a turtle.
It's not just a turtle. It's a turtle with magic water powers.
Yeah, and that rock is a magical rock with rock-like powers.
I'm agreeing with you that one is stupid. Next question.
Do you think the male should have an opinion on whether or not to get an abortion? Oh, it's very serious.
Why'd you pick that one? That one's touchy.
That's the first one I heard. No, seriously, let's have a serious conversation.
Okay.
We don't do this often.
No, we don't.
Do you
I think if you are in a committed relationship, it should at least be not a requirement, but I think it's good to ask the man if he would.
they should have some legal input, because I think the question.
I don't think legal input.
No, I say because I think the question is asking basically because men have no input whatsoever.
Yeah. And if they do want an abortion and the woman doesn't get one, they end up paying child support anyway.
That's what I was going to say. I think they should have like a 50-50 legal obligation, but they can opt out. So the dude can't force her to keep the baby, just as she can't hold him liable if she keeps the baby but he doesn't want it. So she can't go, oh, the baby you didn't want that I kept, can I have some money? Child support, please.
Yeah.
That
But he
okay.
shouldn't get visitation rights for it.
No.
If you're not going to pay for the child, you can't see it.
No,
But if you are
not that you can't see it, just that you don't have the right to be its father, I guess.
But if you are paying child support, I do think you have to...
Or at least if you're trying, because some people can't afford to, which is fair enough.
If
but-
you have agreed to pay child support,
Yeah.
you should be able to see it, because if you're putting money into something, you want to see that it's doing well.
Indeed.
And if it ain't, you want to call the police and tell them that she's been doing naughties. She's been going off gambling.
As per usual, women. If you could be a member of any of the tribes in Avatar: The Legend of Aang, which tribe would you be part of?
I haven't watched that.
That's the one where you got air, fire, water, and earth. There's different nations, and you then, whichever one you're born into, you can learn to bend that element and control it.
Isn't there such a thing as a bloodbender?
I'm not sure I know what that is.
I've heard about that. If there's that, I want to be able to do that, but I guess water.
What's a bloodbender? Is that someone that controls blood?
I guess. Maybe stop someone's heart.
That's weird. So what did you pick if you didn't pick
Water.
that? Pick water. Why is that? Because you think that, what 80% water I can control a person?
I
It
guess.
doesn't work like that.
Well, why not? Has anyone tried it?
Well, in that case, you can control everything. Everything has water in it.
Exactly.
No.
Does it have to be like purest water?
Not purest water, but water.
It has to be just
You
water.
can't control squash. No, water.
Why can't I control... This is something that's really annoyed me about, like, sort of superpowers. I know this isn't superpowers. It's like... element
Yes,
bending.
Superman. What are you doing with that squash? Drink the whole meal water. Pure water.
Wholemeal water.
I couldn't think
No,
of
but
the
there's
word
like-
pure.
You get some really... If you ask someone what superpower they would have, you occasionally get a person who says something like healing, which is really unspecific.
That's a female option.
It's really unspecific. So if someone says healing, does that mean like just physical, like cuts and bruises and broken arms, or does it mean like mental scars? Can you get rid of mental scars? Can
I've
you
never thought
wipe
about it
someone's
like that.
brain with your healing powers?
Can they catch a cold? Can they catch an STD? Important questions. I'd have telekinesis. What about you?
I would probably have invisibility.
Invisibility? You pervert.
I would not use it for perverted reasons mostly.
You would. You would just be a pervert. That is all you would do. Next question on my list. How do I put this one down? What are your thoughts on GTA 5? And are you going to buy it?
And am I going to buy it?
Are you going to buy it, Jake?
Yes, I'm going to buy it again.
No. Let's not buy it again. Oh! I picked up a new game today.
Did you?
I don't know whether you know, but I have like, if I don't buy something for a long time, I get like an itch to buy something.
Okay.
So I went into the game and was like, 4 for 20 quid, that should see me buy for quite a little while. Went in there and I found something better than 4 for 20 quid.
5 for 25.
Well, I've been looking at Duke Nukem, the newest one, the one that everyone hates. I've been looking for that one because it seems easy enough. It don't get me wrong, it's not a good game. It doesn't look like a good game, but it seems easy enough. It's something to see me buy. Guess how much it was in game for?
£1.
99p. And I still
It's a bad game, and that is why it's cheap.
I still went to my mum and went, Mum, can I have the money for this game, please? Even though I got paid last week.
99p, and you still have to ask your mummy.
Well, I only had a £20 note. I wasn't going to break that in for 99p.
Well, you could have got more games.
Nah. I'm trying to save my money for that game of which you'll probably murder me if I mention.
No, you can say it. Titanfall. We're both looking forward.
Titanfall!
We're
No, Titanfall!
It's no secret that we're both looking forward to Titanfall.
I'm not. Fuck Titanfall.
Yes, of course.
In fact, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, it's 42 days, 17 hours, 34 minutes, and exactly 55 seconds till Titanfall.
As of the point of recording.
Yes. No, it's not. It's not going to be out for ages yet, people.
It's so far away.
Indeed. I know. Someone tweeted at them the other day, and the Abby Hepe, that's her name, Abby Hepe, replied with, yeah, it seems so far away for you guys, but for us it's far too close. Which is maybe why they're going to push it back, but that's a different subject.
So is she like the community manager?
Yeah, she's the community manager. I actually saw her. I never spoke to her, but I saw her at Eurogamer doing a couple of interviews, which was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Didn't know who she was.
I'd quite like to be a community manager.
It'd be a good job. It's a lot of pressure, though.
I know.
Because if it goes wrong,
Everything's
you're
on
the
you.
face. You're the face of that.
You're the face that the shit gets flung at.
And I saw that they took, not to Eurogamer, but all the other expos, they've got half a Titan, the top half, and it's like designed so it looks like it's burst out of the ground. And one hand's like pushing itself out of the ground, and the other one's going to grab someone. And so
And
there
you
are
can
loads,
stand there.
and there are loads of people that like pictures of people that have stood in there as if it's going to grab in them. It looks really good. It's very detailed as well.
Did you get a picture?
No, because it wasn't a Eurogamer.
Oh.
I said that.
Oh.
I only saw it because she posted a picture on Twitter the other
We
day.
should find a picture of that and then edit us in.
You can do that. You do Photoshop. I don't.
I don't do photo. I know how to use it a bit, sort of.
Yeah.
I have made GIFs which have lots of notes on Tumblr, which I'm ashamed of because they're cat GIFs. And it is GIF. It is GIF.
No one's denying it's GIF.
People who say it's GIF are saying it's not GIF. This is one of the biggest things of the age. Is it GIF or GIF?
No, it's not.
GIF is a lemon thing here.
If you are single, what are your feelings towards dating a fan? All 5 of our fans are dudes, I think. At the point of recording this.
No. I was going to say one of our fans is my girlfriend, but no, she hasn't watched our podcast yet.
I'm not bothered about that.
No.
People watch it, they watch it.
I would date that electric fan that's behind you now. One for cooling the room,
Awesome.
because it'll make me cool.
You're a Bond villain. What's your choice of doomsday device? How? Oh, that's a great question.
I would make a device that pulls the moon into the earth.
No.
Why not?
I'd find some way of getting dildos, filling them with the hottest liquids possible, sticking millions of them in a giant bomb, then letting the bomb off. So there's just bits of hot liquids and dildos flying everywhere like shrapnel.
How are you going to stop the dildos from melting?
They're metal.
What kind of metal? You need one with a high melting point.
Titanium.
Does that have a high melting point?
Of course it does.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what they use in the thing on the back of cars. That gets pretty hot.
Yeah, no.
The exhaust thing.
Titanium is used in most things because it's like resistant to everything. It's like the.
It's also expensive. How are you going to afford this? You haven't thought it through, have you?
It says I'm a Bond villain, which would imply I'm rich and well dressed.
And like cry blood and have a cat or something like that.
Maybe.
You have like one of those wispy beards. You do have one of those kind of wispy beards.
Now that you mention it, Jake, in the centre of town, I have placed a large bomb. Within it contains
1,001 dildos.
No.
Or did you take the one out then for yourself?
No.
Oh!
I added more in. There's 1,003.
I made it seem like you used dildos.
I don't.
That was a sick burn, Dan.
You're going to be burnt when the dildos explode and the hot liquids go over you.
You need some burn heal. Next question.
I repel that.
That doesn't repel... Repel doesn't repel burns?
It repels you.
I guess.
Do you think charisma can be learned, or are people born with it? I have an opinion on this.
Do you?
I do.
Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
What's your opinion on it then?
I think people are born... Oh, I don't think they're born with it, but because obviously babies don't come out and go, "Hey! Sup, guys? What you been up to?" But I definitely feel it's something that comes naturally to some people, but can be learned. I mean, the more public speaking you do, the better at public speaking you get, which...
I haven't found that.
Is where charisma... How much public speaking have you done?
All the times I was forced to stand up in front of the class, in front of like 20 people, and I couldn't handle it. I can't do a magic trick in front of like 5 people.
That's different.
Is it?
If you know the people, it's a hell of a lot different.
I can see what you mean, yeah.
If you don't know them, it seems like there's less pressure, even though there's more pressure.
Yeah.
If
you're standing in front of a massive crowd of like unknown faces, like some of them are so far away you can't even see that they have faces. They could be robots for all you care. And everyone could be naked because they tell you to imagine that. But I can imagine how that would be better than like in front of 5 of your friends.
It definitely is. Definitely is. A lot better. I mean, talking in front of my friends at school, I hated. Absolutely hated it. Talking at work in front of the new recruits, I never call them that. The new employees. People just
listen up, maggots!
I've been here for 2 years now. Now you listen to me good. No, I've never had any issue talking to them. If someone made a Dan and Jake porn parody, who would you think you would get cast? Who do you think would get cast as who? I'd like to think I get cast as Dan, but I hope that never happens.
I would think Aziz Ansari for you.
Who?
It's not a porn actor, but
they
look a bit like you.
Robert Downey Jr. He'd play me.
Would he?
Yeah.
He did Black Up for Tropic Thunder.
I know.
Brown Up for
I
you.
couldn't believe that was him when I heard it was him.
It's hard to tell unless you see like the credits at the beginning or end.
Definitely.
Even then, if it says Robert Downey Jr., you're looking out for him, and sometimes you might not be able to see him.
We were talking about this before we came on. What's your funeral song?
Oh, I have loads of answers for
You've
this.
just done planning this.
I have been planning my funeral. It sounds a bit morbid, but I want it to be fun. Firstly, I mean, I'm going off the song subject. I want there to be karaoke and a bouncy castle and milk and cookies at my funeral.
Am I invited?
If you're not dead.
Of course I won't be dead. Who'd want to murder me?
Well, I can think of at least one person.
Is it your dad?
2 people then.
I have one last question. So we're going to say goodbye.
I haven't answered the songs question.
Oh yeah, you haven't, have you? You sidetracked massively.
I didn't sidetrack massively. I said
did,
going from the songs for a bit. Anyway, it's on the audio. Go back. Never mind.
I'm not listening to this.
When I walked into the funeral parlour or whatever,
It's like an ice cream parlour. You get a cup of coffin.
That would be
cup of
great.
death.
I want to when I walked into the ice cream parlour. I want them to play the Imperial March, which is the song when, you know, like Darth Vader's walking around the Death Star.
Da 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 da.
That one.
Da 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 da.
And then, if I'm buried, as I'm being
Jake, I am your father. Even though you're older than me, so this doesn't technically work.
The line's wrong.
It's a little bit awkward.
The line is, no, I am your father. Anyway.
Overly dramatic, much. He was doing the whole Shakespeare arm where they're holding the skull and talking to it.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well. Anyway. If I'm going to be buried, I want the Tetris stream to be played as I'm being lowered into the ground. Or, if I'm being cremated, I want Disco Inferno to be played. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn.
Yeah. I don't know about mine.
I want people to try not to laugh, but then laugh. Because it's a funeral. We can't laugh at a funeral. But if the dead person wants you to laugh, is it okay?
Are you rude for not laughing?
Yes.
Ice cream parlours are the best thing. Sidetracking back a little bit.
One opened up in Gravesend recently. They do sandwiches and ice cream.
Awesome.
Sandwiches
We should visit there sometime.
and ice cream.
We should visit down there sometime.
We should. I don't know if it's going to be any good. But anyway.
Yeah, right, last question. I'm going to answer it. Give you a chance to think about it. And then as soon as you've shouted out what your answer to the thing is, we're going to end. So, thank you for listening. I'm Dan Cyan.
And I'm Jake Flower.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Is that going to be the last word?
Like, comment, subscribe. No, it really helps us out. Let us know if you want more. Advice, tips, anything else, pardon you. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Famous last words. Wait,
Wait, what does this do?